the bullshit is in the quantity
Yeah.
for me always, right?
Yeah.
Shit, like last night I had pizza. I've lost like what, 24 pounds, 25 pounds now. I had pizza and cheesecake last night.
Nice.
I had pizza, cheesecake. I think I even had a drink last night. Like that, but that was like an extreme for me in comparison to the last several weeks. Like I don't do that. And today I'm going to be having salads and like, back to clean eating.
Back to clean.
Water, just clean eating again.
Yours was a little cheat.
Yeah, it was a little cheat. I think, switching gears for a bit, I think the people, getting into fitness, people looking to get in shape, like allow yourself to reward yourself. And it doesn't have to be a cheat meal. Chances are most of the times it should not be a cheat meal. We want to make our reward something that furthers our maybe doesn't further, but doesn't make us take a step back in our journey. So like, for example, if you've ate you've done all your workouts for 2 weeks, you've ate extremely well, it doesn't mean that you have a Saturday where you binge. If you want to have a Saturday and you have a drink or two, that's okay. But even a better choice would be like, I'm going to take myself to a spa. Like, that's going to be my treat. I've done all of this shit. I'm going to take myself to a spa where it doesn't hurt, what you're trying to do.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
I recall, like, especially one of my first competitions. I feel like, and you probably know more, but I feel like first competitions for a lot of people, they take their dieting too far.
And then when when they're done, they go off the deep end. Is that what you're about to say? Yeah,
they go off the deep end. They gain all the weight back, but like everyone wants to be amazing their first time on stage, right? And you don't know what you're doing half the time.
Yeah.
And you just go so extreme. And I remember my first show going so extreme.
You blew up after for sure.
No, I didn't blow up after. I didn't blow up after, but I destroyed my metabolic rate. I got super skinny. Lost way too much muscle. I was ripped on stage, but I shouldn't have been that ripped. I lost muscle in the process too, because I wasn't eating enough food. And I remember like binging on like a bag of chips. I remember one day I just couldn't take it anymore. I needed, like, the diet was too much for me. I couldn't take it, and I like binged on chips. And I think it was just chips. And I remember like eating the chips. I was like, oh my gosh, I need it. I was like, I'm just gonna have one bite. I started eating like crazy. And then I was like so disappointed in myself. Like mentally I was messed up. And I remember even trying to like throw it up after.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
And I was like, cause I felt
terrible.
so bad after, cause I'm like, yo, I just destroyed everything I've been working towards.
When really
I've been working
it probably
towards
didn't do like
exactly
dick all.
100%.
Those chips probably did
100%.
very little.
I remember like trying to throw up after, but the point of the story was like the best I've ever looked on stage was like being so balanced with everything and like feeling great. I remember going on stage back when I was like way too skinny and like just exhausted, drained, feeling like trash. Oh my God, like how am I even gonna make it? Like I'm going on stage like dying of thirst, way too dehydrated, this and that. Didn't know what I was doing, right? I was like 20 years old. And then I remember later on in life, I know my body so well, going on stage feeling like $1 million. Like I was so healthy, I probably wasn't even that dehydrated, and I looked my absolute best. Ended up getting trophies and going home with like wins, right?
And I think that's kind of like, you've seen kind of like the work I've been doing, and I think I've been telling people like on my story, I'm like, still not on a meal plan.
Yeah.
Still not on a meal plan.
It's the balance,
and I think it's just for me to prove to people like, you can get your body pretty far
100%.
without being super restrictive.
100%.
Now, as a bodybuilder, to get yourself down to 3% or something, maybe you do, but who's challenged that to say maybe you have, maybe you don't?
Yeah.
Right. And I think especially in the bodybuilding world, there's these martyrs that feel like you have to suffer to be like only the people that suffer the most. And yeah, like you do have to suffer, like. and some people are gonna have like the harsh reality is some people have to suffer a lot more than other people to get
Yeah.
the same result.
Yes, yes,
But it
yes.
doesn't mean everybody has to suffer
No.
like super hard. If my genetics, if like because I've had a really good off season, because I have more muscle, because there could be a lot of things that because of my lifestyle, maybe I don't have to suffer as much as you.
I agree with
You
that.
know, maybe because I eat so clean already and the meals that I
Year-round.
like are
Yeah.
pretty clean,
Yeah.
maybe I don't have to suffer as much as you.
100%.
But we have this in like the bodybuilding space, fitness space. It's like, no, you can't have this. You have to suffer and feel like death, and that's when you know you look good.
Yeah, we're listening to those motivational videos like, when you're down and you can't get up, you just gotta keep going. And,
No,
then,
like-
and people are like dying.
Like some people, that is going to be
Yeah.
your reality,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
you know, suffering looks different to everyone.
Yeah.
You know, suffering for me might be like, fuck, I got to do like, you know, I got to do a lot of cardio that I don't like doing, and I got to be out. Like, I don't really have the greatest breathing autonomy. Like, I lose my breath. I'm good for short spurts. You know, short spurts. I'm golden. Or I got to pace myself at a nice like calm pace. Like
Yeah.
even during sex, man. If I go off the deep end, like after I'm telling my girl, yo, give me a second, man. I need to get up and pee, but I need to catch my breath first. And sometimes it's so embarrassing. I'm just like laying there and I'm just like, she's probably thinking, she's like, this guy is, how the fuck is he so out of shape?
Yeah.
He works out all the time.
Yeah.
And he can't catch his breath
Yeah.
after like, you know, whatever. And that's just how I'm built, man. So my suffering might be like, I got to do like push myself cardio. And that to me might be really frigging hard. That's where I feel like death. That's where I feel like whatever. But for something like for eating wise, maybe
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be that way. So to get to finish saying what I was saying, like I'm trying to prove to myself and people like how far can you take this without like being so strict?
Yeah.
You know, I don't have anything to lose right now. I can take that risk and say like, let me see if I can like get show ready without being on a diet. What do I have to lose? I don't got shit to lose. Like if I do it, if I don't do it, oh okay. It wasn't possible for me. This is how close I got. This is what I learned from it. But what if I do? And now everyone has to deal with the fact that everything that you said is not true. Now we have to look at this and be like, oh, maybe we don't have maybe we have to acknowledge that there's another way because this guy did it.